there's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird. So we didn't do that this time.
Disney's latest move has fans in an uproar as Rachel Zegler, the star of the upcoming Snow White 2025, lashes out.
Disney officially fires Rachel Zegler from the Snow White live action.
Despite a stunning boycott, Disney grapples with more than just box office numbers. As the reimagined Snow White divides audiences, the beloved fairy tale takes a turn that has everyone talking. Okay, so here's what's happening. Disney is in a bit of a mess right now. The top folks at Disney, including Bob Iger, are trying to tighten the budget, and it's stirring up quite a storm. And guess which movie got caught right in the middle? Yup, the upcoming Snow White remake. This trouble isn't just a minor glitch, it's turning into a major headache that's messing up Disney's big plans. Now let's talk about the public reactions. When the trailer for Snow White 2025 was shown at the D23 Expo, it didn't get the warm welcome you might expect. People are more than just a little upset, they're seriously angry. We're seeing a massive backlash, and folks aren't just mumbling their discontent around the dinner table, they've started boycotting the movie. Yes, you heard that right, a Disney movie getting boycotted. People are really fed up with watching their beloved fairy tales being changed into something unrecognizable, all because the company seems to want to push particular messages instead of just telling a story.
She's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be.
It's a significant issue, and Disney is definitely feeling the heat from fans who are loudly saying, enough is enough. What's making people talk about this Snow White 2025 drama even more? Now, a big part of the conversation is how Disney is really leaning into this DEI agenda, which stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion. Even though diversity is great and can make stories better, a lot of fans think it's being pushed too far, kinda to the point where a good old-fashioned fairy tale is lost. People love going to the movies to escape into a world of magic and fantasy, not to feel like they're in a school with a teacher. Some movie fans feel like the magic is gone when the movie seems to be more about getting a point across than telling the magical stories they grew up loving. Now, here's where it heats up even more. Rachel Zegler, who plays Snow White, has found herself right in the middle of this storm. Despite all the backlash, she's still on board for Snow White 2025.
Whistle while you work.
But here's a twist. Due to all the controversy, it looks like Disney has decided not to include her in any future projects. It's pretty serious. She's in a tough spot, still tied to this film that's got fans up in arms, and now she's even missing out on future roles because of it. Now, let's talk about what's been happening behind the scenes. Rachel Zegler isn't staying quiet through all this drama. Nope, she's actually speaking up. Rumors are buzzing that Rachel Zegler has been a bit outspoken, and that hasn't really fit well with Disney's super polished image. Some folks inside Disney are whispering that she might have stirred up a bit too much trouble. In her interviews, Rachel talked about changing the Snow White story to make it feel right for people today.
Reality is that the cartoon was made 85 years ago, and therefore it's extremely dated when it comes to the ideas of women being in roles of power.
She thought it was time to freshen up the old tale and make it something new that everyone can enjoy now. But not everyone at Disney or among the fans liked hearing that. Some fans got pretty upset, feeling like she was trying to change too much of what they loved about the original story. Others thought it was cool that she wanted to update things. There's also a bit of talk about how Rachel has been playing while the movie is being made. Some say she's been rude and hard to get along with on set. Some say she's been more like the evil queen than the nice Princess Snow White. And according to her, the big problem isn't just the movie, it's the way it's been promoted. She says the marketing team's approach has pretty much set the movie up to get all this negative attention. Think about it. Every time a new poster or trailer for Snow White 2025 came out, it just seemed to make people angrier. Instead of getting folks excited, it was stirring up even more trouble. And it doesn't stop there. Turns out the entire marketing campaign for this movie has been a total nightmare. Things have been so messy that Disney is now trying to hit the reset button. They're scrambling to put together a whole new marketing team in the hopes that they can turn things around. It's like they're trying to clean up a mess while you're still spilling stuff everywhere. Can you imagine the stress they're under to make this movie look good, especially with so many people already unhappy? But that's not all. Disney's higher-ups are feeling the heat big time. This isn't just a small issue anymore, it's really starting to hurt them. The boycott is turning into a major problem, and now they're practically panicking. Things have gotten so serious that they're even planning to reshoot parts of the movie in October 2024 just to try and fix things before it's too late. They're really hoping that by changing things up, they can win back some of the fans and calm the backlash. And guess what? They've been calling up Rachel Zegler and other important actors, basically begging them to come back and help fix the whole situation. They know they've got a lot of work to do if they want to save the movie from being a total disaster, and they're pulling out all the stops to make it happen. And it's not just about the movie itself. So let's look into what happened after Snow White 2025 went wrong. This whole situation is affecting Disney's massive merchandising machine. Disney had planned to launch a whole range of Snow White products, from action figures to dolls to themed clothing and accessories, the kind of stuff that usually flies off the shelves when a big movie hits. But with fans turning their backs on the film, Disney's had to slam the brakes on all that merchandise production. They're worried that all this stuff is going to sit there unsold, collecting dust in some warehouse. For a company that makes a huge chunk of its profits from merchandise, this is a pretty serious hit. And it's not just about the toys and t-shirts. Disney has already poured a staggering $300 million into making this movie, and now they're looking at spending another $100 to $150 million on reshoots. They're basically betting even more money on the hope that these changes will somehow save the movie from total disaster. It's a risky move, throwing more cash into a project that's already giving them a major headache. But it looks like they're willing to try anything to turn things around. It's not just one movie going wrong with Snow White 2025 though. It's kind of a danger sign for Disney. There's a growing sense that Disney is out of touch with what audiences really want. They keep prioritizing pushing certain messages or agendas over telling a good, engaging story.
We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story just because, like, we cast a guy in the movie.
If they keep going down this path, they might find themselves with more flops and more fans walking away. It's a wake-up call for them to start listening to their audience instead of assuming they can sell anything just because it's got the Disney name on it. So, what do you all think? Is it too late for Disney to turn this around, or do they still have a shot? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.